So I'm creating this vlog as to show you guys what's kind of going on through my online course that I created, especially during the first week. The first thing I'd like to note just about me and myself is that I don't give my students enough credit to what they're able to do as digital learners and as just digital beings. They love the computer and they can definitely navigate things more than you think. So within the first week, they had to go through all these activities, which is basically an overview of what they're going to be doing throughout the semester or throughout the course module, excuse me. So they got practice with the syllabus page, they got practice with the announcements, the meet and greet as a discussion board, a quiz that they will take sometimes on there, but sometimes their quizzes will be on Google Forms, just because that's what my students are most comfortable with. Padlet and Canva, because one of their final projects will be a Canva that they use. I have used Canva before with my students, so they were very familiar with this, but I will explain to you what was one of the biggest issues that they faced, and I did get some feedback from. So as we moved through, they found it really is easy to navigate what they were supposed to do, and they really liked it. We used agendas at school, so they really enjoyed having the pages broken down by what they need to do every single day. A lot of my students said it reminded them of just homework, and it gave them kind of a checklist of what needed to be done. Um, Welcome to the announcements page. The first thing they were supposed to do, just to let me know that they could understand how to get to the announcements page, was just put, I read it. You can see that many of them have already changed their profile pictures, and that's something that they love. And I've actually noticed we're going to have to talk about netiquette a little bit more, and we'll talk about that when we get back to the discussion board, because the students did have to respond to two of their peers, and most of them responded in pictures, and which is something that I need to clarify, that sometimes it is okay, but sometimes I do want some words in there as well. My students do like to communicate through pictures and GIFs and anything with anime. That's what they like, and you can definitely see that here on the meet and greet discussion. I really think they enjoyed the discussion. You can see some of them replied more than once. Even I got on there and replied, which encouraged more people to reply. Um, let's see, the one that I was talking about, there's my students again replying. See, somebody replied with an anime. So we're going to have to talk about what is netiquette. That is one thing I'm definitely going to have to keep in mind, is what is netiquette and what is appropriate to post on a school discussion board. We talked about it with Google Classroom, but I definitely think they don't see me using it in class, so it's a little bit more independent. So you can definitely tell that they're seeing what they can get away with a little bit there. I'm going to go back to the pages. Like I said, though, overall, my students were able to navigate everything pretty successfully. Sometimes they don't always read the directions of what's supposed to be going on. I did notice that, so I'm going to have to address that with the class when we're going over, or with the students, the sample population that I'm using to complete the course. They all did complete the Padlet, but they did forget to reply to two other people, which is not like them, because they're usually pretty good at it. So it makes me think I need to go back and double check that my Padlet actually allows you to respond, because that's really uncommon for my students not to respond. But I also noticed that on the discussion, only some of my friends replied to one person, or maybe one or two replied to two, but the other ones didn't. So we just need to make sure that they're reading all aspects of the directions and ensuring that they are collaborating to the fullest extent. The Canva, this creating the Canva was not the issue. Finding the syllabus and finding the directions was not the issue. I did have several students email me about the submission process. So I definitely want to clarify with my students how they need to download and submit as a PDF. I did, however, sorry, I'm about to run out of time. I did, however, have one student who was able to navigate it, and she was able to explain it to her peers, so they could upload the submission to the Canvas platform. So going into the next few weeks, I'm definitely going to make sure my students know how to download and submit their work into the Canvas platform, because even if they can't submit it in the Canvas platform, I'm in the Canvas platform,